Welcome back to TV5 News at 9. It's time now for Legally Speaking with Buckfire Law Firm. With us this morning is attorney Michael Bonvillanta. Thank you so much for being here with us.
Good morning, Veronica. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so it's been weeks since historic flooding swept through mid-Michigan, but many victims are still suffering. So Buckfire Law Firm has 2 class action lawsuits for those impacted. So tell us a little bit about those.
That's correct, Veronica. We filed 2 class action lawsuits, the first of which was filed in the U.S. District Court for the Eastern District of Michigan. That lawsuit was filed against Boyce Hydro and various other entities affiliated with Boyce Hydro. And the second lawsuit was filed of claims against the MDNR and Eagle, both of which are state agencies.
And we've heard a lot about Boyce Hydro, so explain to us a little bit about who they are and how they're involved.
Sure. Boyce Hydro was the owner of the dams that failed. Upon belief, these dams were owned and operated by not only Boyce Hydro, but also various other entities, as well as individuals, the most important of which would be Lee Moeller, who is a resident of Nevada.
And there are 2 state agencies involved in this as well. Where do they come into play?
Yeah, so they come into play on our state court of claims lawsuit. They were the regulatory bodies after the federal government revoked the Edenville Dam's license to generate hydroelectric energy. This was back in 2018, and subsequent to that, the state agencies came on board to regulate these dams.
There are a lot of people who were affected by this. So how can they get compensation for things that may have been damaged?
Sure, I believe, Mia, the station up there, I've been to the dried lake bed. I've seen people's homes that have been absolutely destroyed. I've been to Alex's Railside restaurant downtown there, and I've seen the issues that people have gone through as a result of this, and it's truly heartbreaking. And what I recommend them to do is to contact our office. You could talk with me, you could talk to the owner of the firm, and we're here to help. If you've been damaged by the flood, if you've suffered personal injury, we are here for you if you guys would like to give us a call.
And what kind of things can they claim in these lawsuits?
Yeah, so obviously the most important of which would be physical or property damage, but there's also a component of the property. If your home was on a lake and the lake is no longer there, that may also well be an injury that can be recovered under Michigan law.
Is there a cutoff date for this compensation?
Sure. So last week we were very focused on sending out notices that are required under Michigan's Governmental Immunity Act. Generally speaking, there's 45 days in which to file a notice, and last week we were very busy sending out, on behalf of our clients, multiple notices to multiple governmental entities. This includes the state, this includes counties, this includes cities, this includes townships and other municipal bodies. The purpose of these notices is to simply put them on notice of our potential claim. It does not necessarily mean that we'll be bringing a claim against them. However, we want to preserve the right to do so in the future. And the way that Michigan law works for this claim is it's a very limited time frame to do so. So it's important to reach out to an attorney, and they can advise you of their rights. While the 45-day deadline since May 19th, the day of the flood, has passed, there may be some tolling based upon some executive orders that were issued by the governor of the state of Michigan pertaining to the coronavirus. So it's always good to evaluate your options and determine if these things can be timely filed on your behalf.
So the sooner the better.
Absolutely. Sooner the better.
So is there a cost for your service?
We operate on a contingency fee basis. There is no cost to retain us up front, and if we do not recover for you, you do not owe us anything at all. The only way that we are paid is if we recover from you, and in which case we would receive a 1/3 attorney's fee plus our costs. So really there's no harm in calling us just to evaluate your options and your legal rights.
Good to know. And is there anything else you'd like to add today, Michael?
Well, I think it's important to act timely and not let anything pass you by. And so it's good to call our office today.
Well, thank you so much for being here with us this morning.
Thank you very much for having me, Veronica.
And for more information about today's topic, you can check out the Hot Links page on WNEM.com.